Hi people! The Last Kingdom has been one of the best shows on Netflix since the platform has re-emerged within the past decade. The series is a historical drama based on the true events of how England has ended up being one unitary country. At the beginning of the show, we watch Alfred, a recent king of one of the southern kingdoms with a big dream. After he inherited his throne from his brother, he decided to make all the efforts to save England from the invasion of the Vikings and make sure that the entire land is united under his kingdom. Of course, achieving this goal isn't as easy as it sounds. Instead, it's pretty tough to achieve such a dream since the Vikings of the era were almost as powerful as the Englishmen, and thus the wars were quite often and very bloody. Thankfully, Alfred had one man in his army that can defeat all the enemies through his strategic battle planning. Uhtred of Bebbanburg. Well, even though Alfred is a critical figure in shaping the environment of the era in the Last Kingdom, we watch the story of Uhtred of Bebbanburg and how, even though he was very influential for decades, he was forgotten by the masses. Uhtred of Bebbanburg was a real figure in English history, but he had a small land and that was it. In the Last Kingdom, though, we're invited to reimagine the past by assuming that he was more important than the history has told us. In a scene with Alfred, we see Uhtred of Bebbanburg finding the annals that the king ordered to be written about his reign. However, Alfred is bitter about Uhtred of Bebbanburg, and he underlines that even though those annals were mentioning almost everything about his reign, he deliberately excluded the name of Uhtred of Bebbanburg so that people can forget him. Well, it seems like he succeeded, at least until Netflix decided to make a show about it. The 5th season of The Last Kingdom aired recently and shocked us all by writing a very sad ending for Uhtred of Bebbanburg. After watching him for 5 long years, we were assuming that he will always be there with us, but we were wrong. Even though there is the news of a sequel movie in which we will follow a separate story of Uhtred of Bebbanburg, it seems like the show has come to an end so far. Or is it? Well, when it comes to Netflix, we can never be sure that a show is over. We know that The Last Kingdom has a cult following, and some even claim that the series is way better than yet another acclaimed historical drama, The Vikings. Thus, we're certain that Netflix would not want to give up on the series this easily. Since Uhtred of Bebbanburg has managed to overcome every single tragedy easily throughout his life, we believe he would also manage to revive once again and start to find his honor and glory. In that case, we expect the next season of the show to be released around March 2023, with a trailer hitting the internet around February 2023. We expect Uhtred of Bebbanburg to follow an alternative plotline in which he never broke up with Breda, and thus can have a long, happy life. Perhaps this is too much to ask, but as hardcore fans, we simply don't care. What are your expectations from The Last Kingdom Season 6? Do you miss Uhtred of Bebbanburg? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.